Hello, everybody, and welcome to my first broadcast of MLB The Show 20. Never done this before, so we'll see how it goes.
We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of Baseball on the Show. Ought to be a good one here between the Chicago White Sox and the San Diego Padres. It's Padres baseball on the show, and it comes your way next. Chris Paddock gets the call for Game 1 of the series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, we're looking at a real solid starting pitcher right here. You take a look at that ERA, anywhere between 3.5 and 4. But I'll tell you what he does know how to do. He knows how to get people out, and he can minimize the damage. He knows how to control the running game. He does a lot of things right. And if he does all those things, expect a real solid performance in this one.
Striding into the box, Tim Anderson. He'll get us started in this one under the lights. Guys, the Swingin' Friars as they take the field here tonight. It was another loss for them last time out, and that makes them 2-8 over their last 10 games.
Yeah, Matty, this definitely looks like a situation where somebody's going to have to call a team meeting. I don't know if it comes from a veteran or the manager decides to close the doors for a second, but this team has not played well. They find themselves losing lately. They lost the last game, and they're going to need a spark to get this thing turned around.
And solid contact there as this ball is belted high in the air out to left. That one is gone. What a way to lead off a ball game. So it's a solo home run here leading off the ball game. 6th home run on the season for him. As the White Sox are on the board first, it's 1-0.
Talk about hitting the ground running. Usually a leadoff man is a guy that takes the first pitch, trying to get the feel for the pitcher, trying to get dialed in, but not this guy. He's got that see ball, hit ball philosophy, and he does just that. Launching that pitch out of here before the fans could even get settled in the seats.
So here's Yoan Moncada, and as we give you a look at his splits, he's had the better of right-handers this season, no doubt about that. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Now a changeup, but it misses just a little below the zone. And there are the umpires assigned to this one. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Mike Fillmore.
Hey, you know, D-Roll, Mike Fillmore, he'll give a little bit off the edges, but he gets the respect not only from the pitchers, but from the players because his zone is consistent.
Yeah, as long as he's consistent, Dan, I'm okay with Mike Fillmore's zone. If a pitcher's pounding that zone, he wants to give a little bit off the outer edge, I'm okay with that.
Line toward right center. He takes the turn and heads for second. And they'll keep it going here as he's in with a double.
As a pitcher, you'd love to assert your authority early on in the game, but it hasn't happened so far out here. That's a home run and a double against him now, and we're still in the first. He's going to have to make some adjustments quickly if he's going to turn this around.
So here's the slugging first baseman Jose Abreu now as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. Oh, 1, here's the pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. After it is Myers. He gets there and makes the play for the first out.
That is cool. The catcher,
Now batting, Yasmani Grandal. And there's a look at his home and road splits so far this year. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. The 1-0. Grounded up the first baseline, but a foul ball, 1-1. Outside, 2-1.
Looks like that bomb earlier in the inning kind of put this pitcher on the defensive, not being very aggressive right now.
And he gets him to wave at that one. It's 2-2. Full count now, 3-2.
Well, I'll tell you, he's not hitting over 300 by luck. He really knows the strike zone and his own strengths. That last take is a great example.
And that misses, ball 4. So with 1 out, that'll at least set up the double play possibility here that could get them out of the inning.
Wow, you know he's not happy with that call. When it crossed the plate, it sure looked like a strike to me. Seemed to catch a ton of the plate. That's a tough way to give up a walk, but he's got to put it behind him now.
Striding in, Eloy Jimenez, and he's really been feeling it at the plate the last week or so. Definitely one player to keep your eye on right now. He's set. Here it comes.
This is exactly the situation you drew up from an offensive standpoint. Good pitcher on the mound, but you got a chance to bury him early in this one.
Now the 1-0. Pretty well struck high and deep to left field. Left fielder looking up. And this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one. So a 3-run blast to straightaway left. Home run number 15 for him thus far, as the White Sox have opened things up a little bit further. It's now 4-0.
Well, it's very early, but he's looked out of sorts from the beginning. They've already roughed him up for 2 homers, and they're not done yet. We'll see if he can regroup or he blows up. Could go either way at this point.
To the plate now, Luis Robert. As he will look at a curveball right on the black. Apparently, it's strike 1.
He definitely doesn't look himself to start this one, and this lineup needs to be on the attack early and be aggressive and find a way to stay in this game.
Swing and a liner. Foul. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. 2 away.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with the strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
In now the power hitting outfielder Nomar Mazara. And he lays off there, 1-0. And he comes in as a player to watch out for, hitting well over 300 on the season. Waved at and missed as he took something off there. 1-1. A ball and 2 strikes now.
Not surprised he's laid on a heater right there. Just saw an off-speed pitch. Wanted to stay back a little bit too long.
A bouncer up the middle. He's got it. Throw won't be in time as he reaches it first.
Hey, that's great hustle right there out of the box. Not everybody's getting it right out of the chute from step 1, but I have to ask you, Dan, how frustrating executing a pitch and there's an infield knock.
It is, D-Roy, and you can read that right off the bat as a pitcher. You can read the angle. You know that that ball is going to be hit on the ground, and you're thinking deep down inside, okay, there's a quick out, and it just wasn't meant to be.
Stepping up now, Danny Mendick. He's looking to get things going at the plate. It has not been going his way of late. First offering on its way. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
I think this inning could have far-reaching effects in this game. They're really making him work, and unless he dials it in, it's probably going to limit how deep he goes into this game.
And that misses 1-1. 1-0. Mazzara is off at first with 2 away. Grounded back up the middle. Reined in. Short way to Dozier, and the side is retired. So 4 runs in the inning, and they come on the strength of the 2 big flies. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. The White Sox lead this one 4-0. Lucas Giolito, the California-born right-hander, is on the mound. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, how good has this guy been up to this point? In a day and age where guys and teams are scoring lots of runs, to have an ERA sub-2, that's saying something. Hopefully, we're going to see more of the same from this guy, one of the top pitchers in all the league.
Into the box now, Juan Lagares. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Here's the pitch. And he misses inside with that one, ball 1. And guys, you take a look at the White Sox entering play here tonight. They've got to be considered the hottest team in baseball right now as they come in winners of 9 of their last 10 ball games.
Yeah, Matty, taking a look at the standings right here, this team has a nice lead, comfortable. You always want to find yourself in a position where you're about 5 to 9 games, got the advantage. You don't. One series isn't going to totally kill you in the standings, and this team's sitting pretty right now.
High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Robert comes on now, and he has it 1 down. Time now to check the hometown Padres lineup card in this one. D-Row, what's your take as they look to end their losing streak?
Matty, this lineup finds himself in a hole right now. Down a bunch of runs. This is where you find out about your lineup, though, that pass the baton mentality. Can't try and get it all back at once. Have good at-bats, follow the game plan you guys worked on, and stay in the zone.
The first baseman Eric Hosmer is in. 1 ball, no strikes to count. 1 out, nobody on. A ball and a strike to the Padres' first baseman. The 1-1.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Great spot on that 2-2 fastball. You can't place it on the inside corner any better than that. And as a hitter, there's just not a whole lot you can do with that unless you're looking for it and time it just right. Love seeing a guy that can work the inside with his fastball.
Can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. Pham, a former Tampa Bay Ray, he was acquired via trade last year.
Yeah, this guy's fully settled in with this ball club right now. Knows what the manager and coaching staff expect from him. Is not taken aback by anything. He's been through the spring training process and gotten to know everybody in this organization top to bottom.
Now a fastball awfully close, but he doesn't get the call. It's 2-2 now. Lifted in the air to straightaway center. Robert is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. So nothing happening this time around. 1 inning in the books here. It's the White Sox 4 and the Padres nothing. In now, Lucas Giolito. He'll get us started in the top of the second.
The pitcher, Lucas Giolito.
Now here it comes. And a fastball's in there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike count to the White Sox pitcher. One and two now as that one's fouled off. Breaking ball somehow misses the outside. 2-2.
I don't know if that was discipline or whether he's just not swinging the bat at all, but hey, at least he's making the pitcher throw a few more pitches.
Now a check swing, but he does manage to hold up in time. Ball 3.
Great job to keep your hands back and not fully commit. The body was out in front on a great changeup right there, but he was able and strong enough to keep his hands back.
This one's blooped out toward right center field. Myers has the best view of this one, so he'll take it for the first out.
Shortstop, Tim Anderson.
Digging in, Tim Anderson, and he's off to a hot start in this one. Homered his first time around.
The last at bat, Matty V, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
Strike 1 to start the at-bat. The windup and the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's in control. 0-2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Counts a ball and 2 strikes to the White Sox shortstop. There's a breaking ball that he didn't quite get on top of.
Having a hard time putting this hitter away here, and when I was looking at the tape on him from his last start, this is what I saw a lot of. He's not closing the door on guys, and when that's the case, they eventually get a pitch that they can do something with.
Now a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and it's 2 up, 2 down to start the second.
He's looking a lot sharper and has settled in here in the second inning. It'd be hard not to, because that first inning was pretty much a mess. But I give him credit for letting it go and making some really good adjustments.
Next to bat will be the Cuban import Yoan Moncada, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. It was a double for him in his first turn at the plate. That's popped up. Machado onto the grass. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the White Sox, but they're in front 4-0. Stepping into the box, Fernando Tatis Jr. And they've got some work to do early on. Down 4-0 already. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Turned on down the line. And a reach to his backhand, but he can't come up with it, and the leadoff man's aboard.
Hey, that's a heck of an effort by the third baseman right there, selling out to try and save extra bases for the pitcher, but it got through.
So coming to the plate, Manny Machado. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Machado now on 0-1. Good curveball there, gets the swing and miss.
Now that's when you know it's a good pitch. He broke off a really nice breaking ball down in the zone right there, and even though this is one of the best hitters around, he waved right through it.
So it's a backwards K on the changeup that time. Manny Machado becomes the first out here in the bottom of the second. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Started to go around, but it's ruled strike 1 anyway. Myers, originally from the Tar Heel state of North Carolina. He was selected in the 3rd round back in the 2009 MLB draft.
Yeah, he has turned himself into a really nice ball player. I wouldn't put him on a superstar level, but you know what? They didn't miss with this pick either. You go into high rounds and you carve out a career the way this guy has. Nice pick.
On its way, the 0-2 pitch. High chopper to third, but this will be a foul ball, and it's still 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Grounded to third. This could be 2. To second for 1. Throw back to Abreu. They get them both, and the side is retired. Around the horn they go. 5-4-3 to end the threat. We're back with more on this Monday night after this. Back with Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian, as Jose Abreu is ready to start out the inning. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. That's popped up. And Tatis is there for out number 1.
Every pitcher loves to get quick outs, right? How about that? One pitch, one out, a pop-up to start the inning.
And here's the switch-hitting catcher, Yasmani Grandal. He reached on a walk in his last time up and later came around to score. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Back up. Oh, no, that got him. And, the throw pulls the first baseman off the bag, and he'll reach it first.
Now batting, left field.
Well, a part of me wants to applaud him for staying with it and making the throw, but after he bobbled, he should have just eaten the ball and lived to fight another day. As it is, he gets tagged with an error, and a man is on base.
First pitch on its way. Eloy Jimenez comes on with one gone here as he looks at a called strike 1.
Hey, the way this guy on the mound's been struggling to find the zone, I'm not mad at the guy taking a pitch.
Set up away with the changeup, but it's 1-1.
You can really tell about how effective this guy's going to be when guys are swinging at that changeup. So far in this one, they've been real smart to let it go.
And he lays off for a ball. 2-1. And he fouls this one off. The 2-2. Smoked on the ground left side. And that gets through for a 1-out base hit.
Well, pitching poorly once like he did in his last start, it's going to happen here or there, but he's struggling here again too, and there has to be some concern, and part of it is probably psychological. He's got to get those here we go again thoughts out of his head.
So now to the plate, Luis Robert, as he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike 1. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Behind 0-2 now. Runners are at first and second with one away. Off the outside that time as the breaking ball can't catch the zone.
You know, I think he's having a hard time with that curveball right now, and that's part of the reason why he struggled early on in the start. It's so important to have command of those secondary pitches, or hitters just start sitting on the hard stuff.
Just hung in there on that one. Now another 1-2. In the dirt here. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. Liner towards second. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield. The relay throw and a leap, but it's fired right over his head.
How frustrating is that, Dan? He tries to bury something in with 2 strikes, and this guy throws out a fillet of fish to the opposite field.
You know, sometimes you have to tip your cap that inside-out swing. As a pitcher, you think you've thrown a good pitch, but sometimes as a hitter, they put a good swing on it and still ends up for a base hit.
Stepping in now, Nomar Mazara, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. And a big hit here with the bases loaded could really put this one out of reach early on. Now the 1-0. Hey. Bases are loaded with only 1 out. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
It often becomes harder to hit the zone when the pressure starts to heat up.
Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2.
Good thing he didn't make contact with that pitch. Only thing he could do is probably hit that on the ground. It could be a double play ball.
And this misses, so it'll set up a big pitch coming up. It's full 3-2. Yanked fouled off to the right. Another full count pitch home. And a strike 3 called. My gracious, what a pitch with the bases loaded, and there are 2 away now.
Now batting, second baseman.
Striding forward now for the Sox, Danny Mendick, as he'll bat with the bases full and 2 men out. First delivery to him on the way.
Even though we're still in the early going, I think this game's at a tipping point right now. They've got a chance to put this game out of reach, but if they can't score anymore here, the other guys feel like the door's still open.
That evens it up 1-1. Bases are loaded here, 2 down. One ball and 2 strikes to count. Looking to leave him loaded. And this one gets away. And a nice job to keep the runners at bay as the count moves to 2-2. As a look, now the pitch.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Back goes Lagares. 1 run scores, and a second run is across. The relay to third now, but he's safe as on the play 3 runs come across to score.
This is an easy decision for him to try for third because he has the play right in front of him, so he doesn't have to rely on any of his base coaches. Good decision to keep chugging, and he makes it all the way around safely.
Here comes the Padre manager up out of the dugout heading for the mound. And he's looking to the bullpen here, so it would appear that's all for his starter tonight. So he'll depart here tonight, and these fans will not be terribly appreciative, I don't imagine, as he was pretty much dreadful in this one. Cal Quantrill is going to come on to pitch here, and in just the 3rd inning, you have to think he'll be asked to eat some innings.
Number 40, Cal Quantrill.
Into the box now, Lucas Giolito, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. Three runs already home here. Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now.
My bet is he's getting the take sign now on 2-0. If he's having a hard time throwing strikes to the pitcher, you might as well let him work himself into trouble.
Two balls and a strike. Well, he just threw that fastball by him. Two pitches fouled away. Comes set. Now the pitch. Men on third with 2 down. And he tries to get him to reach for it, but it stays outside. 3-2.
After multiple pitches were fouled off, it gets a little disappointing as a pitcher. So you think to say, I'm going to throw one way off the plate and see if he'll chase it. Didn't happen.
Now the 3-2 pitch is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3. So 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and a runner left. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. It's the White Sox 7 and the Padres nothing. Bottom of the 3rd now. Digging in, Brian Dozier.
Lots of baseball left in this one as we're still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes.
Hey, with this big a lead, you have to just pound the zone and force this team to get aggressive in the box.
Comes at him with the slider there, and he gets the strike. 2 balls and a strike to Dozier. Now the 2-1. This is in the air out to right field. Headed after it is Mazzara. He gets there and makes the play for the first out. And with that, we give you a look here at the standings entering play in the AL Central. At the plate, Francisco Mejia. And perhaps not surprisingly, you can see he's a much better hitter away from Petco Park than here at home. No balls and 1 strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Turned on, but it's wide of first and foul. 1 out, nobody on. And a swing and a miss as they got him with the slider there. 2 away. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season. And as you can see there, he currently sits 3rd in the AL in that category. At the plate, Cal Quantrill. First offering on its way. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. A high fastball is in there. Fouled off. And the Padres pitcher behind with a 1-2 count. Fouled away. He'll try again. 1-2. Now a fastball as he just reared up and let that one fly, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for San Diego. They need to get something cooking here. It's 7-0. Start of the 4th upcoming, but first Heidi Watney standing by with a report.
Thanks, Matt. I had a chance to talk with White Sox manager Rick Renteria between innings about his thoughts on his lineup's performance. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. He said their ability to get on the attack and chase the opposing starter from the game prior to the 4th inning obviously sets them up nicely for the rest of the game. Now, he just hopes they can keep that same focus at the plate in the middle and late frames, Matt.
Thank you, Heidi. Good pitch there down below the zone. Got him to go after it.
I don't mind the aggressiveness right there. He was definitely trying to get the head to a fastball. He pulled the string on that one. He's going to have to stay back a little bit longer.
Behind 0-2 now. 0-2 count, and the pitch. Lifted in the air to shallow center field. Coming in is Lagares, but he can't make the play as it finds the outfield grass. So another multi-hit game for him as he's aboard here in the top of the 4th inning. And as we give you a look at the White Sox leaderboard, you can see his total there. Currently 2nd best on the ball club. Into the box, Yohan Moncada. A ball and no strikes. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Left fielder is on the move. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. And now Gracious, just getting the ball back into the infield is becoming a problem.
Up next for the White Sox, the first baseman, Jose Abreu.
So here's Jose Abreu. First pitch of the at-bat. Rolled slowly down the third baseline. Throw just in time as they get him by an eyelash.
Now batting, the catcher.
Digging in once again, Yasmani Grandal. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. First pitch on its way.
Ball 1.
A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. 7 runs, 8 hits, and no errors so far for the White Sox. Lifted the other way out to left center. Lagares giving chase. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. White Sox leave 1, but they're still in control, 7-0. So it's back to the top of the order now, and that'll bring up a former Gold Glover. Here's Juan Lagares. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes to the Padres center fielder.
Hey, that's a nice take by the batter right there, but that's a non-competitive off-speed pitch. Got to do better to at least entice a swing.
The 2-1. Taken, strike 2.
Well, he snapped that breaking ball off really nice. He'll do well to keep putting it there.
Filthy changeup that time, but he's able to make contact, and he'll get another chance. Now another 2-2. Struck him out.
I'll tell you, he looks really dialed in on the bump right there. He's got a shutout going, and he really seems to have this lineup off balance. Even when he challenges them up in the zone, they don't have an answer for it.
Eric Hosmer to the plate now. As he'll look at a slider that runs in too far for ball 1. 0 for 1 after he took a look at strike 3 in his first plate appearance. Fastball, and that thing got up there at 95 miles an hour. A ball and a strike. And this one runs a little too far in, ball 2. No runs, just 1 hit and 1 error for the Padres so far. All even now, 2-2. And he struck him out. Second time tonight now that he's been set down on strikes. Standing in, Tommy Pham. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. Now a fastball that couldn't quite find the zone. It's ball 1. Low and away as he misses again. 2-0.
2-0 to a guy with this kind of pop, you better be awfully careful because he's going to be swinging out of his shoes.
And it's fouled away. Oh, textbook slider there, and he's back at even, 2-2.
Wow, he's cruising right now out there. 4 straight punch outs and working on number 5.
Hard hit toward the hole, and that's through for a base hit. Make him 1 for 2 in this one.
He looked a little bit out in front right there, but he's able to pull that ground ball through the hole for a single.
Fernando Tatis Jr.
And that'll bring up Fernando Tatis Jr. as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1. A base hit in his first trip. In the air, down the line in left. And this will wind up a foul ball. A runner on first with 2 away. Oh, and this is hit high and deep out to left. And that'll get down out there near the wall. Pham blows through the stop sign, headed for home. Tag from Grandal, and they get him at home plate. Padres lead 1. They're down by a touchdown, 7-0. At the plate now, Eloy Jimenez. A bad one there. It's strike 1. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far. Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike. Padres are going to get something going out in the bullpen now as a left-hander has stood up to throw. Swing, and oh my, hit him with the high, and it's gone into the 4th floor of the Western Metal Building. It's a solo home run for Eloy Jimenez, his 2nd of the game, as they've widened this lead to 8 now. Well, that was this lineup's 3rd homer of the game.
You know, D-Row, looks like the boys are dialing long distance from the batter's box so far.
Yeah, the pitchers aren't fooling anyone today, Dan. Let's see if this trend continues.
Standing in now, Luis Robert, as he will swing at the first pitch and line this one into left center, and that's going to get down for extra bases. And he's going to get to second now with nobody out.
Just goes to show you, if you're going to throw that 2-seam fastball away, which I don't think is the best pitch anyway, you better start that thing out of the zone and let it work its way back to the corner. With this one, it started out on the corner, so it leaked back right over the heart of the plate and got whacked.
So now to the plate, Nomar Mazara, as it's grounded sharply to first. And he'll take this to the bag himself for the first out, but it's a productive one as the runner moves up to third.
Up next for the White Sox.
Up next for Chicago, Danny Mendick, looking to follow up that bases clearing triple he had in his last at-bat. First pitch of the at-bat. Pulled the fastball down a little too much there. That's ball 1. Got him to swing at a pitch below the knees. 1-1. One out and a runner on third. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
This right-handed pitcher, his bread and butter is that 2-seamer, and he loves to throw it inside.
Swing and a liner, but foul. The 2-2. Hit out towards second. And that's through into center field. Base hit. And the runner scores from third as they extend their lead. Make it 9-0.
A good job of hitting right there, D-Row. Runner on third, less than 2 outs. All you want to do is put the ball in play. He did just that. Hits a grounder right up the middle that drives in a run.
Yeah, took it right back at where it came from. All you're trying to do is avoid the corners. Hit something hard up the middle, whether it be on the ground or in the air. You're going to drive the run in.
Stepping in now, Lucas Giolito, as he hits it weakly on the ground toward first. There's one. Return throw is in time. How about that? They do turn 2, and it gets him out of the inning. So 2 runs on 3 hits, including the home run. No errors and no one left. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the White Sox 9 and the Padres nothing. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, I talked with San Diego's manager during the inning break about the Padres' offensive production to this point. And he told me the quality of their swings needs to improve as the game moves forward. They're struggling to drive the baseball into the gaps right now, as only one of their hits has been for extra bases. That makes it pretty tough to generate runs, but he said it's up to everyone in the lineup to make the necessary adjustments. It hasn't gone their way to this point, but that shouldn't mean they can't put together some great swings the rest of the way.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. 2-0 now. Here it comes. And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1. Now the pitch. Wanted to go after the slider, but he holds off. 3-1.
If I'm in the box right now, I'm coming unglued. He is going to throw something over the heart of the plate.
And that misses. Ball 4 now. It's a leadoff walk to get the home half of the 5th underway.
And I'm sure the manager is just fine with that. I mean, it's better to battle a slugger like that to the end and end up walking him than serving on up where he can really hurt you.
Digging in now for San Diego, Will Myers. Here's the first pitch to him. Off the plate and low here, ball 1.
Count 1-0.
Swing and a miss. Looked like the slider there. A ball and a strike. Now the 1-1 pitch. Chopped to third. Tough to get to. Moncada fields it cleanly. And that's out number 1.
The batter, number 9, second baseman, Brian.
Digging in now, Brian Dozier comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. 1-0 the count. From the belt, the pitch. Checks his swing here, but he does so in time.
Great job to be able to lay off that pitch right there. You could tell the minute it came out of his.
He sends it out to left field. Well hit, but that'll stay in the park as it's off the wall. The runner scores from second, and they inch a little bit closer. It's now a 9-1 contest. So much of this game is situational hitting, guys. Nice job there.
Yeah, you've got to find a way to pick your teammates up when you're given the chance, and he doesn't try to do too much right here. He just takes what's there. Safely on second, and his buddy is high-fiving teammates in the dugout.
To the plate now, Francisco Mejia, as he'll cut on and miss at a good slider at the knees for strike 1. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat.
Hey, with first base open, pitcher's definitely going to nibble and try and see if the hitter expands the zone.
The next 0-2 is in there. A called strike 3.
It's never a good look to strike out looking, but it's way worse when you do it with a guy in scoring position. Those are the times you really want to see a guy battle and at least put the ball in play.
Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. Changed up on him, and he gets the inside corner for strike 2.
Well, you can see he's coming right at this guy, just pounding the ball in the strike zone. He certainly has the advantage now. This guy hasn't even swung the bat yet.
Anderson is there, and the side is retired. Padres pick up a run on the RBI double. We're through 5 innings here tonight. It's the White Sox 9 and the Padres 1. Matt Strom gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Tim Anderson. He'll lead things off in the pale hose half of the 6th. First pitch of the at-bat. Shin high. That's taken for a ball. And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep the ball around the knees like that.
Skied into straightaway right. Myers is over a few steps toward the line, and he has it for the first out.
Now batting, third baseman, Yoan Moncada.
One out for Chicago here in the sixth, and that'll bring up the former top prospect as a minor leaguer, Yoan Moncada. First offering on its way. Ball one. Strom offers up perhaps one of the nastiest sliders around, and it won't be uncommon to see a lot of off-balance swings against it, and it'll be easy to see why once you see it come out of his hand. He's got a huge break on it. Line toward the gap in left center, and that falls in for a solid base hit, his second of the night.
Boy, Dero, there's a case of the outfield defense playing so deep that ball looked like it was extra bases all the way, but they were able to cut it off.
Yeah, not too many times I would agree. I'd love to hear your take on this as well. The no doubles defense, I kind of never understood it to begin with. I felt like the pitcher, if he can execute the game plan, could keep the ball in front of the outfielders, but right there, boy, I was wrong. That worked.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Popped him up. And he'll stay with it to put it away as they get their man here for the second out.
Now batting, catcher, Yasmani.
Ready once again, Yasmani Grandal. 0 for 2 for him to this point. From the stretch. Two out with the man at first. Fly ball out to straightaway right. And Myers will make the catch to retire the side. A man left for the White Sox, but they still hold a commanding 9-1 lead. Here's Juan Lagares now. He's got a base hit tonight. And at this point of the game, I think it's clear that the plan of attack against the top of the order has worked.
Well, when you've only surrendered one hit to the top three guys in the order up to this point in the game, you know you're doing something right, Matt. You're spot on. Whatever they discussed coming into this game has worked out beautifully.
In there, strike one. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2. The pitch. And he fouls this one off. Weak grounder down the line at third. But a foul ball, and the count holds at 0-2.
Looked like he was cheating a heater right there. A little bit too far out in front. Got to find a way to keep his hands back.
Count is 1-2 now. Fouled off.
He got a mistake right there, but missed it. Can't foul that pitch off in a big spot. 0-2 count. Heater caught too much of the zone.
Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Lagares will go to second base. This will kick up against the wall now, and he is into second base with a leadoff double.
Well, back in the day, you would hope your leadoff man can work a walk or leg out an infield single, but not in today's game. Now they expect the leadoff hitter to have a little pop, just like this guy. Nice leadoff double.
Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike one. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. There's a fastball pretty close that time, but ruled a ball. 1-1. A ball and a strike to count to Hosmer.
A couple of strikeouts early in the game, but he's done a much better job in this at bat, trying to get ahead and put himself in a good hitter's count.
Trying to strike him out for the third time. In the air, down the line in left. And this will wind up a foul ball. A runner at second, nobody out. He struck him out, the third time he's fanned in the game.
It's been a rough night at the yard for him. That's 3 times he's gone down on strikes in this one. So they've really figured out how to attack this guy.
Into the box now, Tommy Pham, as he takes a cold strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Line drive base hit. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only 1 away. Up next is Fernando Tatis Jr. And with 2 men on here, I'm rather surprised they're sticking with him at this point. I feel like we can all see the exhaustion from all the way up here.
Yeah, I think it's time to go get him, Matt. We're seeing a guy that's given all that he has, and I just don't see any sharpness left in his stuff at this point.
Well, the bullpen is active, so we'll see if they make the move soon. Swing and a miss, and they'll dodge a major bullet that time. 2 away.
Wow, that's one of the toughest pitches in baseball to hit, right? That good straight changeup, El Cambio. There's not much you can do with that. You're going off of that arm speed, and the ball, it just doesn't get there.
0-1 the count. Has a look, now the pitch. Lined hard toward right center. And this is going to wind up as extra bases, as that'll play 1 for sure and maybe a second. Pham rounds the corner and is headed home. He'll score easily as they inch back here, but there's still a ways to go.
You simply cannot offer up a pitch like this to a hitter of this guy's magnitude, especially with runners on the bags. He makes a living off frozen ropes to the outfield like this, and that one drives in a pair.
Evan Marshall will come on in relief now as he'll make his 10th appearance of the season. So here's Will Myers as the sinker to him finds the zone for strike 1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. And he takes strike 2.
He's looking pretty passive here, hitting with a chance to drive in a run. Gonna have to make something happen with 2 strikes now.
A 1-2 count to Will Myers.
Hey, the fish ain't biting there on that 0-2 breaking ball, but you got to be careful because this pitcher might throw him another one.
And an off-speed pitch swung on and missed, and with that, the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We're through 6 full. The White Sox lead it 9-3. Eloy Jimenez will stand in again as he looks for home run number 3 in the ball game, as we flash you back here to his 2nd home run. This was back in the 5th inning as he has the long ball working in his first few at-bats. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Lifted in the air to straightaway center. Lagares is under it. Makes the play. 1 away.
Now batting, the center fielder.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Luis Robert. He hit a 2-bagger and later scored in his previous plate appearance.
Yeah, he did a great job to go down and get that one his last at bat. But I got to think they're going to pitch him up, maybe elevate something in the zone. Interested to see how he approaches this next AB.
Now the 1-0. He's able to ride this one high and deep toward right center. And that ball gets down out near the wall and should be extra bases. And he is into third with a triple, his 3rd hit of the night.
You take a look at this one as it flies into the gap. Both outfielders give it a chase, but they can't catch up to it. Next thing you know it, one hops the wall, and he's busting his hump around second on his way to third.
Into the box, Nomar Mazara, as he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike 1. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. The 1-1 is swung on and missed for strike number 2. A man at third with 1 away. Fouled away. The 1-2.
If you're on the mound right there and you're getting a swing at a breaking ball off the plate, do not be shocked if he's tucked something up under this guy's chin hot right here.
Now here's a fly ball. Well hit. Myers going back to the track, to the wall, onto the party porch, and gone. So it's a 2-run homer for Nomar Mazara. Home run number 9 on the year as they've widened this lead to 8 now. At the plate, Danny Mendick.
The second baseman.
As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. Skied into very shallow right. Myers is under it, and that's the second out of the inning.
The pitcher, number 43.
At the plate, Evan Marshall, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. James McCann will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 33, James McCann.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. He'll enter play here at 3:04. 4 home runs and 25 driven in. Here comes the 0-1.
1-1.
Hey, last 2 pitches back-to-back off speed, then he's laid on the fastball. He could pretty much do anything he wants right here on the mound.
Now a swing and a fly ball. And that is off the wall, but in foul territory. Foul ball. The 1-2 is a breaking ball that can't find the zone, and it's even at 2.
Pretty good breaking ball to lay off of right there. If I'm pitching, I might think this guy might be sitting on something off speed.
Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats and left. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And a full count for James McCann. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Hey, this guy's a hard guy to put away. He's fouling off some tough pitches. 2-2 count. He just seems to keep hanging right in there.
Line drive to left. And this is going to find some real estate out there as he comes through off the bench with extra bases. And he will pull into second with a 2-out double.
The left fielder really never had a chance at that one at all. It was over his head before he knew it, bouncing off the base of the wall for an easy double. Those are the kind of shots anyone would feel good about.
Drew Pomeranz comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one. And the next to bat will be Tim Anderson. No balls and a strike to count. Here's the 0-1 pitch.
Inside ball.
Hit weakly back to the mound. Throw in time, and the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We'll move on now to the bottom half of the 7th. Get up and stretch, and the White Sox are out in front, 11-3. Aaron Bummer gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th. Brian Dozier at the plate. He'll try and do what he can to work toward cutting into this big deficit.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
A pause and the 0-2. And he looks at a cold strike 3 as the cut fastball's in there, and that's out number 1.
Well, we've seen some really good pitching from these guys in this one. The bullpen has looked sharp and have backed up a nice effort turned in by the starter. These days, pitching has become a full staff effort, and I've been impressed with the job these guys have done so far.
Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
In my opinion, one of the toughest pitches in the game to square up. Just a heavy sinker with good downward action.
Struck him out. Struck him out again, I should say. His third punch out of the game. Jurickson Profar will get the call to pinch hit here as we'll see what he can do with 2 out and the base is empty. Profar, a switch hitter that stands in at an even 6 feet tall. This is the final year of his current deal, so he'll be a free agent at season's end.
You know, Matty, I know he's in the final year of his contract, but he's playing to expectations, to be honest with you. I know he wants to turn it up a little bit, though, as he approaches the end of the season and make that salary push as he heads towards free agency again.
And not what he wanted to do there, as now they'll need 4 outs to get out of this inning. 1-1 to San Diego's leadoff batter. A runner on first with 2 away. 2-1 to Juan Lagares. This is line to left. In there, a base hit.
Boy, that's not a bad pitch right there. That's a pretty good sinker. He just happens to hook that one right into left field for a base hit.
Yeah, he got the bat head out right there, Dan, and was able to get that one to left field.
He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-1. A ball and 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
He knows full well he's sitting on a hat trick right here. All he's trying to do is avoid the golden sombrero.
Count even at 2-2. And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3-2.
Not a time to fool around right now on a 3-2 count with the middle part of the order coming up. Expect a good pitch to swing at.
Another full count pitch home is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. Padres leave a pair, and it's not going to help them. It's 11-3. Craig Stammen enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is. Yoan Moncada will be the first one to greet him here as he'll be forced to turn around and hit from the left side now. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. And it's gone as they add still another. A solo home run for Yoan Moncada, number 14 on the season, as they've pushed this lead up to 9 now.
Next to Chicago, the first baseman, Jose.
So now to the plate, Jose Abreu, as he'll try to hold back on the swing, but he went around for the first strike. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
To 1-2 now.
You know, something to keep in mind, they're really burning through that bullpen, and this is only the first game of the series. Definitely could have an impact on the rest of the series, and maybe even the whole week ahead.
The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone to protect. And when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. As the first pitch sinker misses to him, it's ball 1. In tight with the sinker, ball 2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. 2-1 now. This is hit the other way out toward left field. And that will hop over the wall now as he'll be awarded second base here. It's a ground rule double.
Pretty good swing right there as he drives this ball deep. One hops over the wall, and he could just walk into second base with a ground rule double.
Standing in now, Eloy Jimenez, as he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball one. Already 4 RBIs in his pocket to this point. Good slider there, gets a swing and miss. The 1-1 home. Runner at second here with 1 man out. And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone.
Classic slider down and away for the strikeout there. Not a whole lot to say about that pitch that hasn't been said a million times already. That's just a real tough pitch for a hitter to pick up out of a pitcher's hand, so they end up chasing when they're in protect mode.
First offering on its way, and it's fouled away. Is put in play to the right side of the infield. Gonna be a tough play. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Sox pick up just the 1. Ready for another shot now. Tommy Pham. He reached on a single last time and later wound up scoring. He's set, and the pitch. Slapped hard the opposite way, and a base hit, so the leadoff man is aboard.
Wow, talk about having a pretty special game. That's his 3rd single of the game, D-Row. 3 for 4. Not a bad game.
Yeah, just not trying to do too much, Dan. Taking what the pitcher's giving him right here. If the fastball's away, shooting it the other way. If he's got something hanging in the middle of the plate, turning and burning a little bit. Nice execution.
Into the box now, Fernando Tatis Jr. as he'll send a ground ball down to third. To second for 1. On to first, and that's the very last thing they needed at this point in the ball game, as there are quickly 2 away now.
That's a great example there of why the sinker is such an effective pitch. The hitter's eyes see it higher in the zone than it ends up, and that makes it real tough to square up.
So base is empty now after the double play, and standing in is the veteran third baseman Manny Machado. Throw over to Abreu is in time, and with it the side is retired. Takes just 4 pitches to retire the Padres. They're down a bunch. It's 12-3. Kirby Yates comes on to work now, and he's their usual closer, but this is obviously not a save opportunity.
Yeah, and this is all about just getting him some work, guys. He hasn't had a chance to come in and close the game out for several days now, so they're just hoping they can keep him sharp and give him the chance to pitch in a real game situation here.
The 0-1 pitch. Pulled the fastball down a little too much there. That's ball 1. Now the 1-1 pitch. And, oh, he can't get out of the way of that one, so the leadoff man will be on to open the frame.
This is a perfect example of why the slider is such a great pitch and such a dangerous pitch, too. Sometimes it moves so much that you just lose control of it. This one runs way too far in, and the hitter is standing on first as a result.
Into the box now, Danny Mendick. He flew out in his last at-bat. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Hit hard towards center, and that's in there. Base hit.
You think he's not setting the tone for this series right there? Third knock of the night, and we're only in game one. This could be huge.
Chesler Cuthbert will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Hitting for the White Sox, number 36, Chesler Cuthbert.
Just off the outside, and it's 1-0. Fastball laid off well below the knees.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be really aggressive. With two guys already on, pretty good shot he's going to get a challenge pitch right here.
And this pitch is inside, and he can't find the zone all of a sudden. 3-0. Now a ball grounded to short. This could be two. Dozier. And that didn't work out too well as the pinch hitter comes on to bounce into a double play.
Now that's
coming to the plate now, Tim Anderson is looking for his third hit of the ball game here. From the belt, the pitch. And that misses for ball one. This is foul right side. And it's 2 balls and a strike for Tim Anderson. 2 outs here with a runner at third. Line drive to center field. And a base hit, and that'll get the run in from third.
Wow, that's a baker's dozen. 13 runs right there, and they can't do anything wrong at the plate. I'm no expert, but I would have to bet that the manager would love to save some of those runs for the next game. Regardless, there's some happy men in that dugout.
Into the box, Yohan Moncada. Hosmer has it, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Sox get a run here on 2 hits. 6th, 7th, and 8th place hitters scheduled to start the bottom of inning number 9. The White Sox lead this one 13-3. Kelvin Herrera, 5'10" right-hander, comes in out of the bullpen to do the pitching. Here's Will Myers starting things for his side in the 9th as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
Here comes the first pitch. A bouncer to the left side. And the off-balance throw gets him. Nice play for the out.
up next for the Padres, the catcher, Francisco Mejia.
Next to the plate for the Padres, Francisco Mejia. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Got to find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
And that's in there, so perhaps some life here with 2 men out. So worst case scenario, a 2-out base hit, and the pitcher will not lead off next inning.
The pitcher, number 39.
Hey, look at this guy compete right there. Nice base hit. Are you kidding me? He had already had the hat trick. He was staring the golden sombrero straight in the face, and he said, no dice.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a ball yanked down the right field line. And this will be just what the manager ordered as he's off the bench with extra bases. So now they'll have 2 men in scoring position following the 2-out double.
Now
When it left his bat, I thought it might squirt foul, but it hugged the line and found its way into the corner. Thought it might be a little bit closer play at second, but he cruised in there with relative ease.
Now a swing, and he pops him up. And this should do it. And he'll make the catch here to end it. And the White Sox have claimed the 4th consecutive victory here as this ball game is over.
Yeah, and they just keep on keeping on. Got a nice little run going here, winning 4 in a row and playing with a lot of confidence. Success is never guaranteed in this game, so you have to appreciate it when it comes.
13-3 the final score. The Chicago White Sox put up a 4 spot in the opening frame on the way to victory. Lucas Giolito earns his 8th victory of the season. Chris Paddock couldn't work out of the 3rd inning, taking the loss. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.